Greetings, it's Stasiabliss. Welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would, on April 1st, do a reading for April. I haven't done a reading for you guys here in a while, and I do offer individual readings. So I thought I'd do one for the collective and just see what comes up. I've got a whole bunch of decks that I work with. I work also with the runes, with the I Ching. So let's just look at April on a collective basis and see what we need to focus on. And of course, I'm doing this from the perspective of Kundalini awakenings, spiritual awakenings. I've got two runes. The first rune, Manes, is in the reverse. So normally it's going to be this way and this way. And then we have Gabo, which is an X, marks the spot. This one can be relationships, can be partnerships. It's symbolized as a horse and a rider riding together, but in the reverse, it can either be, the coming apart of that, or whatever you've been seeing as not harmonious as the gift. This is the gift. This is also a coming together. This is a focal point, a payoff sort of a thing. So what you thought wasn't really in alignment, there's going to be a gift there this month, and it could be a relationship. So let's get a little bit more information about that. Let's pull from the I Ching. I'm playing with the I Ching and the runes more and more, so these are fun pieces to add in. So let's look at the collective energy for April. Collective energy for April. There it is. Rune 38. Very interesting. 38 is opposition. So again, very similar to the rune where there's been an opposition. The top three hexagrams is fire, so it even kind of looks like a fire pit. And then the bottom one is a lake. So you can see the solid lines with the broken line there. There's no meeting between the fire and the lake. They're doing their own thing. So fire rises to heaven, lake flows down to the earth into deepness. There's not a common ground in this one. So then we're going to see what the energy changes to. So again, we're already reflecting the runes. So this could be a relationship that hasn't been working. Something that's felt like it was an opposition, and we're changing to card hexagram 29. I love the runes. So they're the cards of change, okay? 29 is the abysmal. We have water above and water below. You see the bottom three hexagrams and the top three is the same. So broken line, a straight line, a broken line, broken line, a straight line, a broken line. So this water flows until it meets an obstacle or is contained. Here, water is met only with more water. It's crucial one stays true to oneself when challenging circumstances follow each other. So it's a time of testing to prove the soul's worth. Sincerity brings success in the end. So there isn't really anything to contain the water. So its abysmal character is like compounded. So this definitely brings a lot of that Piscean energy up that we have been in and are still in with a lot of the planets right now. So I'm wondering where the gift is. And I'm even feeling like this eclipse energy is kind of that abysmal. It's the total eclipse coming up, this dark sun darkened by the moon, which is the watery nature. Let's get a card from the cardology deck. So I just shuffled this. I'm just going to pull from the top and look at the bottom. So we have a 5 of clubs and a 9 of clubs. 5 does symbolize change. Clubs are mental or creative energy. 9 of clubs is ending. So something, a way of thinking, a way of doing things, ending or changing. Let's look from the tarot for the month of April. I already have 2 of Wands popping out. and Justice card. Ooh, there's one more in there. Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and Justice. So again, we have the twos, okay? The partnerships, balancing, the looking ahead to create something new. There is some kind of a justice coming. Interesting that the water, the abysmal water, and the Gabo are coming up. So Gabo, again, the gift. I feel like there's another one that wants to come out here. Seven of Cups. So it could be something that you've wished for. I'm going to also pull from the Herbal Tarot for April for the collective. The Five of Swords, mistletoe. Funny that mistletoe is usually what we hang above someone we want to kiss, okay? And the Five of Swords, there's some kind of lost battle or walking away from something that has been a battle of wits, if you could say. It's definitely a change, walking away from the fight. Mistletoe does sort of indicate, though, some sort of a reconciliation or love energy. Let's go to the sacred forest to find out here. What is the mistletoe? What is the reconciliation? Okay, these are too many. So let's just pull out one or two here for the month of April for the collective. It's being reconciled. Playfulness and purity. Fairy and the unicorns. So there is like a childlike energy. Let's draw from the Lemurian deck here. And we'll get some crystals. So our ancient future. Our ancient future. This card 39. And this is a beautiful deck, Izzy Ivy, Lemurian cards. It said the Lemurians who survived the fall traveled planets and ended up in places where inspiring indigenous knowledge outweighs Western minds. Egyptians, Mayans, Incas, Tibetans, Maoris, Australians, indigenous Australians, Hopis. We're being called back to our roots, to acknowledge infinite wisdom. So we need to heal and integrate some of these things. I have definitely been feeling that with my Scandinavian roots and my kids' roots. So with that, we'll pull from nature spirits. This is important for this month. I get Spirit of Water again. There's the water, so we will read that one. Spirit of Water. For the collective for the month of April. Spirit of Water, trust your intuition. Know you're on the right path. Take time to nurture yourself. Allow the inner child free. So again, that playfulness and purity. The inner child wants to play. Taking us into those deep waters, right? Purify, cleanse yourself, your home. Healing's on the way. Emotional energy is expanding within you. Spirit of Water wants you to know it's inviting an emotional richness to your life and to your heart. So I definitely have been getting a lot of moisture around here, rain and so forth, bringing some of that liquid to this area, much needed. Let's pull three more cards. One of the crystal cards to support the collective this month. This one, selenite. Just happen to have this really big chunk of selenite here. So feel that purification energy to allow that childlike nature in. So there has been some opposition, like an impasse, but wanting to look ahead and find some balance, which justice also is some kind of a wish, something you've dreamed about, where you walk away from the arguments and so forth. Okay, and going to pull 2 more. So selenite is a cleansing. These are my yoga cards. So now we're going to see what the life force is doing and why this is manifesting this way in April for the collective. It's being activated in the life force of the collective. Okay. Pranayam. So that is the pranic pathways, and really through the way that we breathe. So paying attention to your breathing this month, respiratory system may be indicated, and we are now in a Mercury retrograde since recording this video for a few weeks, at least 3 weeks, I think. So watch your respiratory system, get some fresh air. Steam room might be indicated. And we'll pull now from the mother runes to sort of ground that in. It says, allowing the changing attitudes that result from inevitable evolution of life. That's the symbol. Allowing the changing attitudes that result from the inevitable evolution of life. So we're moving from maybe a time of heaviness and opposition, and letting go of some of those difficulties. We're ending, we're 9 of clubs, ending some way of thinking, some argument that we've been in, an impasse, an inability to truly connect and be in sync. But we're moving into like a gifted time, okay? A time of emotional depth. It can feel like very deep waters sometimes, but if we can play in that, if we can let it wash us clean and breathe deeply, not the water, but the emotional fulfillment, we begin to access what our ancestors and the mystical traditions have been telling us since time immemorial, that there is a purifying power that's being bestowed on the earth right now, allowing for the change, allowing us to, fulfill a wish, choose something that we've been dreaming of, that Neptunian, and the karmic thing, it's coming back around. Fairness is coming for you. Fairness is coming for you. So I know I said that was the end, but we will end with the Earth Warrior Medicine card, because I feel like this is a beautiful gift to the collective, to recognize the purification here of these waters. So even the rains that fall and the oceans and the waters that surround you, allow them to bring you into this next phase. That might mean some rising waters in some places, and some of it in some areas of the world, not all areas, that may feel abysmal. Way of divine feminine revealed. So again, the waters are very feminine, they're very lunar, very deep. So let's read this to close. This is card 11. So there is a mastery, level of mastery being offered to the collective in this next month. And here we go. The divine feminine yearns to reveal her way and her wisdom to you, so you may live passionately and purposefully. As you trust her inner guiding voice, you recognize the authentic desires and visions that move you from within, that are the seeds of your sacred mission, your North Node. You shall experience the clarity and deep soul relief that only truth can bring you. You shall experience a knowing of purpose that awakens your ability to live deliberately and experience, deep fulfillment, that abysmal water, right? I'm reading from Earth Warriors Oracle by Alana Fairchild. Beautiful. So in a reading, Ayana, vision is blossoming awareness of your life purpose and true inner passion. And I've been really dialing into what the North Node is all about, thanks to some classes with the Leo King. And wow, it is really transforming my vision of the charts. So if you have had a reading with me, looking at your natal chart, contact me to revisit on your North Node. I might have some more little tidbits I want to share with you. What means so much to you, it says, you are being lovingly pushed to admit your authentic and most passionate soul yearnings, becoming bold with honesty. What means so much to you that you're willing to give up all you have held on to out of fear so that it may be? What matters enough to you that you would symbolically die and be reborn with all endings and uncertainty such growth entails, so that your dream can become real? Don't turn away from your yearning out of fear or practicality or any other excuse, or replace faith with doubt. Your truth acknowledged will bring you peace, even if admitting it also means facing the personal transformation required to bring that truth into your life and in the world. When it is truth, it is healing. And that's what I found by more deeply understanding the North Node. Definitely been feeling that. You are due for a revelation, an awakening into deeper recognition and understanding of your true spiritual passion and sacred life purpose, and all that's entailed in manifesting it in loving co-creation with the universe. The situations, behaviors, and relationships that were appropriate and acceptable at earlier stages of your life journey will not necessarily continue to be so as your spiritual path progresses. Ain't that the truth? Notice the effects of people, places, and situations on your state of mind and on your heart and your feelings. Such effects could be uplifting and helpful. However, even here, even if intentions are good, effects may diminish or compromise your ability to hold connection to the light. So this is filling into those deep waters. The walking away from the mental arguments and into the mistletoe, into the kiss with the divine, right? Instead of being true to your original vision, you believe you must be changing yourself to suit the world. Instead of feeling happiness and confidence, you feel overwhelmed or inadequate or insecure, maybe. So, from a place of wisdom rather than fearfulness, take care of that. What sort of energy that you allow to have direct, unfettered access to you. So, such a position of potential influence over your state of mind is best reserved for Divine Mother. You will know when a message or impression is coming from a pure place because of what happens in you when you hear it, what your response is here. There's a vision unfolding within your being, an urging of the sacred feminine, something deep in your bones that you recognize as being truth. It may still be blossoming into fullness, but if you tune into yourself, you can feel the essence of its beauty and grace. It's not wishful thinking or fantasy. That's not what the Seven of Cups is saying. Do not give up on the beautiful visions. You may have thought it was just a fantasy, this card could say. So we're going to end with this today. We're almost at 20 minutes, so if you've stayed this whole time, bless you. Place your attention on the image of the card, seeing the peaceful love in the eyes of the goddess as she gazes gently into your depths. Her gaze can evoke certain feelings in you of being deeply loved and nurtured, being seen at an honest and deep level with an absolute acceptance. Whisper kind and loving words to yourself, as if the image is speaking to you. I love you, beautiful being, divine soul, wise one, knowing one, patient one. I see you, I hear you, I trust you. You can do this. I will end with this blessing. I invite the unconditional love of the Sacred Mother to heal us, mind, body, and soul. I open to the true guidance within, to a vision of beauty that is held for us as a collective from divine grace. May the truth calm our minds and bring divine wisdom into our hearts. May we trust in truth. May we recognize the purpose of fear. Step through to embrace loving presence in our homes, in our families, in our communities, and in the world. May we be the love that creates the change. Either male or female or anywhere in between, if you feel like you are. Know that it is by allowing the presence of divine love in and anchoring into that peace, which is the Kundalini, it is the Mother Essence in us, it is grace, that we become a field of radiant energy, we become a field of divine love, and everywhere we walk, our field overlays with other fields, not in a manipulation, but in a reminding, in a remembrance, in a compassion for those deep, sometimes abysmal spaces of heart that we might feel where we may have felt, and others may have felt opposed throughout their lives, or in constant fluctuation or change mentally, or having been afraid to even take a deep breath in. But when we center ourselves, and we walk from that place, that our very presence, your presence, causes someone next to you in the grocery store or in traffic to take a deep breath, to be reminded in this Mercury retrograde, to be mentally reminded, energetically reminded of grace, of love, of camaraderie and friendship and kindness and potentiality to come together as humans, to walk through the chaos of the things melting away, right? To hold the mistletoe up collectively into our relatings and to kiss a brighter future, to put down the swords, to walk away from the fights of Democrat, Republican, male, female, left, right, up, down, flat earthers versus round, Christianity versus Muslim versus Jew versus anything else, Israel, Palestine, all of that, to put down the swords, to come back to the heart and to allow the change that results from inevitable human evolution. We are evolving. We've got to clear the path, not by knocking each other down, but by clearing our own hearts and our own eyes and returning to playfulness, purifying ourselves again as a child, looking to the children. I leave this with you on this beautiful day, which I heard an interesting thing about April 1 today, and that because it was often known as the beginning of the new year. We hear this a lot around the equinox, but the beginning of the year, after the first full moon of spring, after the equinox, this fresh new day. And as the calendars were changed to the January one, many tried to hold the tradition of the April 1 being the new year, and so they were mocked, and they were made fun of and called fools. But remember, in the tarot, the fool is the brave one that's risking it all to walk the new path. Try to find the Fool card here. So, on this April Fool's Day, don't be afraid to be the fool, the risk taker, the holder of the potential of going forward. Can't find it. It's probably at the back. And take your love out into the world. Be the light. Be the sun. Be the magic. This is Stasiabliss. If you would like a personal reading, please let me know. I always do it by donation. You can contact me via my website or my email. And otherwise, have a beautiful day. And I love you. I truly do. Namaste.